Hello, and welcome to the latest edition of 15 News. The summer of 2021 has been a very dynamic and interesting season for everyone. Here is a recap of summer happenings that impacted the Southfield community at large. This year marked a turning point in history of civil rights as the country recognized Juneteenth as a federal holiday in America. As a result, there were subsequent events across the nation celebrating the legislation. In Southfield, there were several events held that recognized Juneteenth, including a Southfield 1860s Freedom Fighters and mystery meetup events, where local actors portrayed key Black historical figures and their roles in the advancement of civil liberties, freedoms, and rights, and its connection to Southfield during its formative years before it became incorporated as a city.
This is the Parks and Rec mystery meetup, and the Southfield Historical Society is here to present Fannie Richards and Harriet Tubman as reenactors. They will tell their stories. We're celebrating Juneteenth this week in Southfield, and we're very excited to be a part of this. The Historical Society has compiled 3 display boards. The first 2 recount Juneteenth and all of the different aspects of Juneteenth. It's a very special time.
The event also provided a glimpse into the history of Southfield and its relation to historical freedom fighters.
In addition, we have discovered, by way of an Oakland County historian, that in the 1860 census, there are 9 individuals, freedom seekers, who are listed, African Americans, who are listed in the Southfield Township 1860 census. So we have compiled a biography of each one of them. We have a map to help people locate where they were located at that time. And then we also have maps on the display board. There's a booklet that goes along with it, along with a printed map. It shows 18 of the different sections of the township, so you learn a little bit about the township. Southfield Township went from 8 Mile Road to 14 Mile Road, and then from Inkster Road to Greenfield Road. And we really just have 18 of those sections. There were 36 sections in the township.
Other related events included a jazz and blues concert featuring noted Detroit artist Luther Badman Keith at the Southfield Library, a musical and entertainment showcase by Black cowboy L.C. Codwell, and a Juneteenth walk led by Mayor Ken Siver. To learn more about various community, historical, and/or family fun-filled city events, call the city's Parks and Recreation Department at area code 248-796-4620. The City of Southfield's Kimmy Horn Jazz Festival recently accrued national accolades by winning in the Cultural Entertainment Showcase for the National Civic League 72nd Annual All-America City Awards. The award is given to communities that engage residents in innovative and inclusive efforts that improve equity and resilience. This year's Kimmy Horn Jazz Festival will be presented August 13th and 14th on the front lawn of the Southfield Municipal Campus and feature the best in live music, food trucks, boutique vendors, jazzy roll bike crews, and a presentation of a Lifetime Achievement Award to a legendary artist.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, stomp your feet if you have to, for the Rose, Ms. Rosetta Hines.
For more information on the Kimmy Horn Jazz Festival, visit cityofsouthfield.com. Business and infrastructure were the main focal points at the recent State of the City address. Hosted by the Southfield Area Chamber of Commerce and presented as a dual address, Southfield Mayor Ken Siver and Lathrop Village Mayor Kelly Garrett talked about the various accomplishments of their respective cities and the resilience of their staffs. Siver touted the city's actions related to pandemic response.
So on March 13th, 2020, I was one of the first mayors in the state of Michigan to issue a local state of emergency. And our Emergency Operations Center immediately kicked into gear, headed by Justin Beck, who has done a phenomenal job managing this crisis. Of course, all of the various things that probably all of you went through. We installed glass partitions, directional arrows, limited occupancy, work from home, did a lot of additional technology.
As Southfield's nearest neighbor, Mayor Garrett discussed Lathrop Village's effort during the pandemic.
So when it came to COVID-19, I believe in community. I believe in helping each other. So what we did was we started a food distribution. And it was through Oakland County at first. And they, again, hoodwinked me and sent me 1,200 food boxes. I had no idea of how I was gonna move 1,200 food boxes. But we did it in an hour and a half. And so then, because that happened, they asked me to do it over and over and over again. If there's anybody in here who has volunteered, which I don't see too many people, but you'll know that I am a nightmare when it comes to moving that food because I was so terrified that we have food left over and I never wanted to waste it.
The event also showcased community partners such as Ascension Providence Health President and CEO Brent Russell, who talked about the hospital's preparedness and readiness in responding to the area's health and medical emergency needs.
So I just want to let you know I'm going to start off with some fun stuff and then I'll stick to kind of the medical component and kind of talk a little bit about COVID and what we experienced. But really, I just want you guys to know that your hospital, the one fully acute hospital in Southfield, is strong. We are, fully available for you guys. We are a level 2 trauma center. We are a primary stroke center. We have over 365 beds to help take care of you guys, along with many, many physicians that work for us, many associates, nurses, you name it, we have it, and they have done well over the last year. They are struggled, they are tired, but overall, I think we have come through this this unfortunate time stronger than we were ever before.
Southfield Mayor Siver shared other highlights such as the 112-room Hampton Inn Southfield and Staybridge Suite hotels, beginning construction along the Northwestern Highway Service Drive corridor, as well as the impending sale of Northland Center, a $12 million purchase by Contour Companies of 100 acres of the mall. Mayor Garrett shared how Lathrop Village's Downtown Development Authority assisted small businesses with over $200,000 through the Levin Lathrop Village Business Relief Mini Grant Program, along with the opening of a dog park and community garden. To learn more about upcoming chamber events, visit southfieldchamber.com. On a balmy sunny day, families gathered at the Southfield Municipal Campus to view a dance recital showcase. The event was presented by Southfield Parks and Recreation and looked to engage the community in the art of rhythm and dance.
This event is our end of the year dance recital. We've been planning it since the fall, and with COVID, we kind of had to figure out how we could do it safely. So we came up with out here, doing it on the front lawn, using our mobile stage and a DJ and all that fun stuff.
The recital was presented in collaboration with a local dance company who provided classroom instruction for students in advance of the event.
This year we actually partnered with Impulse Dance and Rita McMorris to put our program together. It was a mutual effort between the two of us. Kids sign up for each session and then they take classes 6 to 8 weeks, and then it culminates at the end with the recital. This year was a little bit different because of COVID. It was all virtual until about a month ago. So every dance that is going to be shown today, they learned via Zoom.
Organizers are looking forward to growing the program in the future. Classes are open to youth aged 3 to 14 years of age, no matter what level of dance expertise they are at.
You can be an absolute beginner. That's what we're all about. It's recreation, it's fun. We want to teach the fundamentals and then build up to where they can go and be a company dancer. That's the good part of partnering with Impulse, is they still do their company. So there's kids in the recreation program, but there's also kids in the competitive program as well.
To learn more about Southfield Parks and Recreation collaborative dance programs, call them at area code 248-796-4620 or visit cityofsouthfield.com. With the rise in bicycle pathways and bicycling as an alternative in urban transportation, bicycle safety has become a hot topic. Southfield recently held a fun-filled event for the whole family that addressed that important trend. Presented in collaboration with 411 Therapy, Hope United Methodist Church, Roadmasters Vet Club, and the Optimist Club,
are you ready to have some fun?
The City of Southfield teamed up with the City of Lathrop Village to present the Bicycle Safety Rodeo, a day of bicycle education, inspection, and minor repairs.
We're doing a bicycle safety rodeo for our children, for the families, for the community. Because here's what we know. Our children are being affected nationally as it relates to bicycle accidents, bicycle injuries. In fact, when you look at the numbers, the age range of 11 to 15 is the highest age range for injuries on bicycles. So knowing this is occurring, we decided to merge our resources and come up with a plan. And that plan consists of engaging our youth and giving them bicycle awareness safety tips.
Well, the biggest thing is the helmet, is the head injuries. That's the biggest things for the youth. I mean, we can't get that back if we lose that and we actually have a severe brain injury with that. So that's the biggest part about they see. But we see falls. We see, of course, we have the scrapes and bruises and cuts, but we also have the broken bones, you know, that we see. And then the emotional toll that it takes on that person, as well as the person that comes in contact, if it's a car or another bicycle. So anything that we can do in the community to reduce that is why we're out here today.
The Bicycle Safety Rodeo proved to be an overwhelming success. Public safety leadership hoped that there would be some major takeaways from the event.
Well, first of all, always wear your helmet. Number two, please utilize the sidewalk. I know it's exciting to want to ride in the street, but the sidewalk is the most safe place for our children to enjoy their bicycles. And also, always let your parents know where you're going. So that way, when they're looking for you, they'll be able to find you very quickly. And so these are just a few things that we need to understand, because right now, again, our children are out in the community. And I also want our children to understand right now there's this gravitation to our phones, to our music. So please leave those distractions at home. Enjoy your bicycle and pay attention to your surroundings rather than being on your phones during your time out on your bicycle.
We want to encourage our youth to be defensive drivers is what we want. We want them to look out for cars. Hopefully they have the right of way, but hopefully if someone does something that they're alert and that they know to stop and how to properly get across the street, how to turn, how to get off their bikes, brake properly, and how to wear their equipment safely.
To learn more about upcoming fun-filled community engagement events like the Bicycle Safety Rodeo, visit cityofsouthfield.com. In times like these, everyone needs a superhero. Fortunately, you can find one on Free Comic Book Day. The special day affords retailers and publishers the opportunity to offer free comic books to patrons and is part of a national initiative to keep the medium of comic books alive. It is traditionally held in May, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic was pushed back to August of this year.
Yeah, Free Comic Book Day this year was moved to Saturday, August 14th, and it is the 20th annual Free Comic Book Day. It's a great primer for comic book reading. It's a great intro to the art form. It's a great intro to reading if you're not a reader. There are just so many positives from Free Comic Book Day that, well, it's continued for 20 years now. It's a great event. Store-wide sales usually occur at most comic book stores, and hour for hour we see more customers than we normally see in a week. Free Comic Book Day is a great way to try some of the varieties, some of the stuff that might not have interested you before, or maybe no comics have ever interested you before, but for free, $0, you really can't go wrong.
To learn more about A to Z Comics, visit youratozee.com. To learn more about Free Comic Book Day, visit freecomicbookday.com. Southfield's fire service has long established a reputation of high-quality service delivery and response times, so it's always special when they bring new personnel into the ranks. This recently happened as the department held a swearing-in of new staff members.
So we're over at our historical museum. We're going to be swearing in some new officers and new firefighters today. I think it's important that we do it in the shadows of all our ancestors that came before us in the fire department. So it's a very special day for the department and for these individuals.
The swearing-in represents an infusion of youth, vigor, and new blood added to the storied history of the Southfield Fire Service. With the swearing-in held at the Historical Museum, Fire department leadership sees it as an opportunity to school the new staff members on how they fit in and make their mark within the department.
Everyone is contributing to the team. Change is good. With change comes opportunity, and opportunity provides us to hone our skills and get better. And that's very important. I believe everyone in our department has a voice and should be heard, and actually bring in something to the team to make us better and better to serve this community. This is one of the first places I take on new firefighters. This building was here in 1942. This was actually a fire station where we had firefighters that would stay here 24 hours, never taking a vacation, never taking a day out. So it's important for them to understand our past and where we've come from to where we're going. I think it's important that they see the faces on the walls and see the determination and honor and the true grit of wanting to do and serve in the city of Southfield. So it's important that they see that at an early stage in their career to understand where they're going and where their place on the wall could be in the history of the Southfield Fire Department.
To learn more about Southfield Fire Department, visit cityofsouthfield.com.